Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at some of the Sinister Six battles on offense and war. And first battle will be against the New Warriors with Loki. Now Vulture gets to go first and he will use his special, and you can notice that he will flip, put some offense down, it slows, and Kraven goes and he can ability block the primary target and chain all the way to the other side from where you started. The Doc Ock specials and Electro will alt here. Electro does a lot of damage, and Mysterio minions can also peel positive effects. So here I attack Cloak, and his regen goes away, and here comes Mysterio's ultimate, which also does a flip and a lot of damage depending on your T4. And you can see Vulture cleans it up very well. Now let's look at a live war footage of Sinister Six with Kraven against full New Warriors team. It's about, I think, 400k punch up. You can rewind and pause it to look at the team differences. Vulture will special here, and he'll flip two positive effects with his additional 1000 focus that he gets. Kraven will special, ability block Gwen, and chain all the way across. And Doc Ock specials clears the negative effect from the team. Electro passive goes off and he will ult here. And then with Mysterio minions, I just basic and Firestar counters. Electro does his passive attack again. And after all the minions go, I get to ult with Mysterio. And that kills 3 of New Warriors. And then Vulture gets to go. He will ult and clear the New Warriors. I forgot to blue ISO Vulture, Mysterio, Electro, but it still went fine. Now we're going to look at additional war practices. And first up will be Black Border versus the Sinister Six with Kraven. This is about 600k punch up. And just keep in mind that in a live war, it could be more difficult with war buffs and things like that. Vulture will start with his special, and he will flip those 2 positive buffs with his extra focus that he gains. And then the Black Borders, they all counter. Kraven, I try to special here, but it gets resisted. He's just too low of a star, and that's okay. Electro does alt here. And then with Mysterio minions, I do basic on Thanos and just flipping those positive buffs. He just lost death proofs there. And Thanos will special and flip the buffs. And Doc Ock will cleanse the team. And then in return, Mysterio will ult and flip all the positive effect into negative. So in the end, you'll be able to outpace Black Order with at least the buff flips. And Shocker goes here. Vulture ultimate. And Electro's passive goes off. I do apologize for the Discord sounds. I was recording this in a rush. And Thanos did a lot of damage with his ultimate. So that is something to be concerned about if you're using this counter. Mysterio will eventually go. He will use his special that will ability block and blind Thanos, and it's just about finishing out the battle. So overall, it's not bad. It's probably going to be easier if Thanos is not tier 18 Diamond 1, as you can see. But it is a great punch-up option to have in War. Now we're going to look at Unlimited X-Men with pre-taunt, in this case Bishop. We typically use War Dogs or P-Force against Unlimited X-Men with taunt, but this could be your third option if you have them on offense. Vulture will open with his special, flipping the positive effects on Bishop and Sunfire. Kraven specials here, but Rogue does resist the ability block, and that's okay. Doc Ock will special, summoning Shocker. Electro, she will constantly ping with her passive. She uses her ultimate, and Rogue's taunt goes away. Dazzler will flip, and then Vulture will ultimate, doing AoE damage. This will cause Rogue to regain Taunt. And you'll notice that Mysterio will go next, and he will flip all the positive effects. With his T4 on his ultimate, he is going to land Disrupt on all of the live Unlimited X-Men members. And even then, you will have the minions to flip the positive effects as well. So pretty solid counter, in my opinion. I have practiced against a full Unlimited X-Men team as well, and it plays out the same. Next up will be Rebirth with Zemo. This fight happens in a similar fashion, even with a full Rebirth. The only thing that I forgot to mention in other battles is that Vulture puts slow down on all enemies. You can notice Winter Soldier and Agent Venom resisted the slowdown, but Vulture will quickly flip that around and put slow back on them. Kraven special lands with ability block. Doc Ock does his special. Electro's her passive goes off and kills Zemo, and she's going to ult here. That will strip even more positive effects. And with the minions, we're going to strip off even more positive effects. Just like the Unlimited X-Men fight, Captain America will not be able to keep his taunt up. So Mysterio does all flip everything, and then Captain America is really good at keeping Taunt, so he has Taunt right now. So my main focus will be to get through Captain America and safely kill Peggy while she is ability blocked. So here comes another flip from Dr. Octopus. And here comes the Electro Special. Additional basics from the minions. Captain America's very, he's kind of very strong when he's 7 red stars with, tier 18. But eventually, Mysterio's special lands the ability block and blind, and then you just finish out the fight. We're going against Young Avengers with Miles, so this is not a full Young Avengers, but with Miles edition. The Sinister Six will spawn in, and slow does land on all of them. And Vulture special goes through, flipping the positive effects. Same tactic here, Kraven special does land the ability block on Squirrel Girl. And Miss Marvel does taunt because Kate Bishop's HP went down. Electro's ultimate goes through, flips everything. Then Mysterio goes through, flips everything. As you notice, there's a trend with flipping buffs and keeping ahead of the battle. Even the Mysterio minions can flip the buffs. Just going through evades, stuff that is normally, annoying. Vulture will ultimate, get rid of Miles and Kate Bishop, and then it's just about finishing out the battle. Electro's passive will kill off Miss Marvel, and then finishing Echo. We're going to look at the Sinister Six with Kraven versus Infestation. Now, this is about a 400k punch up, and you'll notice that Sinister Six will be able to outpace them in war. So the Vulture's passive slow is applied to everyone. I'm going to special. To the right side, flipping some buffs, Swarm does dodge. With Kraven, we're going to ability block on Big Time Spider-Man. An Electro passive goes off, and I'm just gonna ult here. I don't really care about Big Time Spider-Man going because he's ability blocked, so he's not gonna really do much. And I already know that, Mysterio has a flip as well as Doc Ock, and Mysterio also has ability block, so there's a lot of utility here in controlling Big Time Spider-Man. Doc Ock gets a little low, but he heals up. And he ults, and here's Mysterio. I decide to ult instead, since Big Time Spider-Man is almost dead. And Vulture's ultimate pretty much finishes out the team, and Electro, her passive, kills. Here's our last war practice with Hero Asgardian, with Vahl and Beta Ray Bill. This variation of Hero Asgardian team can be very annoying. Blow did land on all of the Hero Asgardian members. Vulture attempts to do the special, but most of it got deflected, so blocked. Kraven special does land. Doc Ock specials here. Shock response. Electro's passive does a lot of damage. So Thor pretty much dies with Electro's ult. With Mysterio's minion, I just basic, and Electro kills Vahl. And then Vulture ults, Mysterio ults, landing heal, block, and disrupt. The minions can't, flip buffs anymore because of the safeguard, but I'm just autoing. Electro's continuing to do her work, pinging with her passive, ultimate with Kraven, even more negative buffs, and then we start to dwindle them down. Crazy part is that because of the slow on spawn, that none of them will actually end up going. So if you had even bigger Sinister Six, it could be even easier matchup. This is probably the hardest matchup out of all the fights that I've displayed today, but I just wanted to showcase that it is possible. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and see you next time.